Hey guys, I got with the picks here. It is Sunday, early morning. Yesterday, well, unfortunately, we had Kentucky minus 27. Some got it at 26 and a half. Hell, it didn't matter. You could have got it at 20. You could have got it at 18. That game definitely didn't go according to plan at all. Kentucky looked like They didn't look like Kentucky the past couple games, I'll tell you that much. It was a loss, which takes our record to 12-5-1. It knocks us down from 75% to a hair over 70%. I don't like losing. None of us do. I probably take it the hardest. I really try to bring you guys top level picks every single game that I give. And when I looked at the board, that was the game that I saw, which is kind of scary, with the biggest edge across the board. No starting quarterback, running a freshman. I mean, Kentucky's defense didn't even look good. Let's get past that. We're going to get past that. We're going to learn from that loss. Obviously, we're back in the NFL today. And the game we're looking at is the night game. We're looking at 49ers coming in at 1-1, playing the Broncos at 1-1. This line opened up at Broncos -3. The line right now sits at 49ers -1.5. The total opened up at 46.5, and it sits at 45. Now, while both these teams, they both played Seattle, with the 49ers winning 27-7 last week, and the Broncos losing to them 17-16 in the first week. Broncos showed exactly how shaky they are with their last week's win over Houston at home, 16-9. Wilson looked horrible in that game. I mean, he went 14 for 31 for 219 yards, a touchdown and an interception. If you're a professional quarterback, especially at a level like Russell Wilson, and you're going up against a weak Houston's a bottom 5 defense, and you're telling me that he's completing less than 48% of his passes? It doesn't get no worse than that. No worse. The running game obviously helped out. They ran for 150 yards, and they averaged 4.8 yards a clip against a very bad defense. A very bad defense. The one thing we do know about the Broncos, they are a solid defensive unit. In last game, they caused 2 forced fumbles and 3 sacks last week. And on the year, they're giving up 13 points a game. I know it's a small sample size, but we can only do. I mean, what have you done for me lately? You're as good as your last game. The small sample size shows that they're giving up 13 points a game. Like I said, they do have a stout defense. San Fran, they lost to the Bears in week 1, which was pretty embarrassing, especially when they were up 10-0, almost halfway through the third. And versus Seattle, once again, which also has a bottom 5 defense. So San Fran, they put up 360 yards total in that game against Seattle, with Garoppolo taking over for the injured Lance, which Trey won't be back. He won't be back all year. Definitely in prayers and hoping that he gets a healthy and speedy recovery. The kid's a freak talent. And hopefully these past couple injuries don't completely push him out of football. Let's hope that doesn't happen. And Garoppolo in that game, he did what he always does. Garoppolo's a winner. I mean, point blank period, Garoppolo is a winner. He's not flashy. He's never going to put up gaudy numbers. He's just a quarterback. He's a leader. He knows how to command a team. He knows how to get a team to rally around him. He's a good NFL quarterback. And I'll tell you what, San Fran is real lucky, and it almost blows my mind because I think of other quarterbacks out there on other teams. San Fran got really lucky that nobody else in the NFL wanted Garoppolo, which is almost mind-blowing. Because there's some bad quarterbacks on some bad teams that he would have definitely improved. So San Fran's lucky to have him in this spot, especially for the rest of the year. He's a winner. He don't make mistakes, and once again with a top-level defense. San Fran has a top-level defense. They are for real. There's no doubt about that. They are for real. In that game against Seattle, they gave up 233 total yards. They had 2 interceptions and 2 sacks in that game. And just like the Broncos, San Fran is also giving up 13 points a game. Small sample size, but like I said, you're as good as your last game. We're taking stats based on what they've done lately. So they're also giving up 13 points a game. 49ers will have George Kittle back. And I expect San Fran to ease him back into game form. San Fran, just like Denver, is a run-first offense. They're a run-first, they're a run-second, and especially with Garoppolo under helm, San Fran is even more of a run-heavy team. I know last week, between 3 running backs, including Deebo Samuel, they ran the ball 35 times. And in that game, they averaged 4.9 yards a clip, which is nice, but it was against a garbage defense, a trash can defense. San Fran's biggest weapon, by far, not even close, one of the biggest weapons in the league, Deebo Samuel. Both running and catching. He'll be playing your wing back again. He'll be Garoppolo's best friend. Fantasy players, look for Deebo Samuel's numbers to go to the next level. I see him carrying the ball that much more and getting a lot more balls on short routes. Jerry Jeudy, he's a game-time call, but he's really not. Jerry Jeudy will be lacing him up. He'll have a jersey on, and he will be on the field for kickoff tomorrow night at 8:20. This game's going to be a fight. When I think of this game, I think of like an old school game. Defenses win championships. Offenses score points. Defenses win championships. These are 2 really good defensive teams. I don't know why the line was set at 46.5. I don't know why that was. Don't get me, I'm not complaining. I'm happy with it. San Fran has given up the fewest passing yards after 2 games of the NFL season. Their front seven is absolutely stacked. Front seven is stacked. And obviously their secondary gives up pretty much nothing. And we got to remember, this isn't Russell Wilson in 2017. It's the Russell Wilson that everybody saw on national TV that looked not even a step behind, 2 steps behind against a Seattle defense, which was shit. And last week was twice as bad as he looked against Seattle. I just can't see some miraculous thing happening against a San Fran defense. I'm expecting to see a lot of the same. Denver is going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to run the ball. Javonte Williams is going to get he's going to get the larger share of the carries, and Melvin Gordon's going to grab a couple, and they're going to run. They say sometimes, not even sometimes, it's almost a proven fact. It's almost like in a fight. First the swing wins, normally, not always. But sometimes you will, in this case, they're going to have to, regardless, they're going to have to go at San Fran's strongest point. They're going to have to run right at them and run right at them and run right at them, and they're going to try to tire them down. And San Fran's going to do the same thing on the other side also. And I expect them to be extra careful with Garoppolo because they always are. That's what they do with him. All 4 of these games that these 2 teams have played in, all 4 of their games have gone under the total. Imagine that. San Fran's games have gone under in the last 5 games. And Denver games have gone under in 10 of their last 13 games. Neither of these 2 teams put up an astronomical amount of points on bad defenses. So they're definitely not going to be lighting up no scoreboard on good defenses this week. I see a lot of runs. I see points coming at a minimum. I see a slow pace. The more runs, the more seconds come off the clock. I see a fair share of punts going back and forth. It's going to be a field possession game, and I look for this total to stay well under the 45. So, guys, you already know what the pick is. The pick is take under 45 in the 49ers-Broncos game. Guys, we're going to get back up on the horse, and we're going to start another streak. And what we're going to do is we're going to start here tonight. Guys, I just want to thank you for all the support, the comments, the thumbs up, the subscriptions, the shares. Just please continue to do it, and I'll continue to bring you high-level content with high-level winners. Remember, we're still a hair over 70% winners. Don't let yesterday's day drag into this day, because it ain't going to have nothing to do with Sunday. Get ready to start picking up some more money. And you already know what I'm going to do until I get back to you. I'm going to get back to getting this cash.